All right. So I'm back. But actually I wanted to come on yesterday. I wanted to go live yesterday. People, I made a big mistake yesterday and I'll never do it again. And I hope none of you ever make this mistake either. I was so sick yesterday. So I had heartburn like crazy yesterday. I mean, and I never get heartburn because all I eat is fruit and vegetables. But I ate these no-cal. It's like these dairy-free protein bars. I ate like 3 or 4 of them yesterday. Gave me real bad heartburn. So I grabbed a bottle of antacid and I read the label and it says adults 12 and older take 1 to 2 of these tablets every 2 to 4 hours as needed. Now here's what I did. I stopped reading after that sentence. I stopped reading after that sentence. And I just took 2 of them. A couple hours later, I took 4. A couple hours later, I took 2. So I was at 8. And then I read on and it says do not exceed 5 in 24 hours. Oh my goodness. So I Googled the side effects of overdosing on antacids. And I was feeling all of the side effects, especially nausea. So it felt like I was going to throw up. I couldn't go live yesterday. My apologies. Shout out to everybody who's able to join me today. Chef in the building, Serena, Lala. Shout out to all the members. Man, I felt so bad yesterday. It was like I felt so bad I wanted to throw up so that I'd feel better. And I never threw up. So I just felt horrible for a long time. It was terrible. Oh my goodness, Gerard the King. Just wanted to hop on here. I did not spend much time putting together a live stream. But I had read a bunch of articles like this. And then I saw a follow-up to the story that I reported on where this woman was killed by 2 pit bulls. I think it's my most recent live stream. Now this was one of the articles that I stumbled across. And I had saved them. I'll come across an article, I save it, till I have a whole bunch saved, and I'll put the like articles together and do a presentation. This one, why a puppy is exactly like a new baby. You have these types of articles everywhere. And people, this language is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. And it has been going strong over the past 10, 20 years. Especially the last 10 years. I would say between 2010 and now. It has been going stronger than ever. But it picked up, I think, around the mid-2000s. And this has to stop right now. We got to stop this dead in its tracks before it even gets off the ground. Right? But some feel like it's already off the ground. Well, we got to pull it down, back to the ground, because this is dangerous. Now, I don't know how many of you keep up with the news. I want to share this follow-up story. It's sort of like a more thorough or continuation of the articles, of the previous articles. They actually got an audio of the 911 call. And I want y'all to listen to this video. Terrible, terrible stuff. Look, man, I don't like seeing people brainwashed. I believe all these dog lovers, they're brainwashed. In some way, some stronger than others. It's brainwashery. Nothing this backwards is natural to us. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. We can only get this backwards if we're conditioned to be this backwards, in my opinion.
Guilford Metro 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Vance Street. This woman's getting attacked by her dogs in the backyard.
Somebody could have helped my baby out there. Because if it was her, she would have helped somebody. I believe somebody could have helped my child.
Now, shout out to the family. I think this is why Nisha, I reached out to her. She actually responded. She saw the video. And so this is the mother of the victim. This is the mother of the victim.
Helen Harris says her daughter, Trina Peed, was always willing to help others.
She was so sweet no matter what she was going through. She'll still be smiling.
She'll still be smiling.
She'll still smile no matter what it was. She gonna smile.
Her mom says she was helping someone by watching their 2 dogs when they attacked and killed her Thursday.
All I hear is her yelling.
Now we all know these types of people in the neighborhood. The sweet lady who's always happy. She always smiling, right? And she always greets you when she see you. We know these types of people. And with several dog lovers, it's not so much that they're bad people. The primary thing is this: they're extremely brainwashed. And if they truly saw dogs as a true threat, I believe that they could be just as anti-dog today as they are pro-dog today, if they were conditioned to be anti-dog.
Attacked and killed her Thursday.
All I hear is her yelling, and her dog's over there attacking her.
Police shot 1 dog. The other is with Guilford County Animal Services.
See, this is another thing. These things so dangerous. You hear somebody on the phone saying that, hey, she's being attacked right now. Okay, well, why you on the phone? Call me after you shot him. Let me hear somebody being attacked around my apartment complex. I'm going to view that as a perfect opportunity to defend myself, to defend the neighborhood, the general public. It's at that point where the Constitution tells you you have the right to stand in as a law enforcement officer. If you have tools to neutralize a dog and that dog is surrounded by 30 kids, the law wants you to step in and neutralize that threat. Dog running around attacking people, you're in the clear if you do that. But a lot of these people are not prepared. Many of them don't even own a gun. So we got to be serious about dogs. I know people don't want to be that serious about something that's so everyday and accepted as part of our culture, but it is what it is. These things are deadly threats.
Harris says she was uneasy about the animals from the start.
I was like, you need to get them dogs out of there. I said, because them dogs will turn on you. And she just said to me, Mama, he just a fat, fluffy baby.
Stop right there. That is the part of this segment that touched me the most. That is what I based this live stream on right there. For those of you who didn't hear that, let me play it again.
The start.
I was like, you need to get them dogs out of there.
She told her daughter, she said, you need to get those dogs out of there.
I said, because them dogs will turn on you.
Because them dogs will turn on you. Now, this is the mother. This is a woman coming from the age of good old-fashioned common sense. where she's not as influenced by this modern social media we're dealing with. And she's viewing these dogs like dogs. Whereas her daughter, more influenced than her mother by this modern social media culture of projecting dogs as babies. Where you have hundreds, maybe thousands of articles floating around here from so-called experts who argue that dogs are just like babies. That is very dangerous rhetoric. And that is exactly what would have saved her if she would not. Did y'all hear what her daughter said?
And she just said to me, Mama, he just a fat, fluffy baby.
She said, Mom, the dog, the pit bull's just a fat, fluffy baby. This was a moment where you should listen to your parents. You know, there's nothing like experience. She said this is a fat, fluffy baby. She had bought into this narrative. And people, this really just started here recently. This idea of calling dogs babies, I say the earliest was the early 2000s when this started. I'm 45. I remember the 90s well. I remember the 80s. And especially in the 80s, you couldn't find no, I mean, this culture where people view dogs as a status symbol, as something that make you look hard and tough. The earliest that started was around the 90s, the mid 90s. But even then, people weren't referring to dogs as their babies. Nobody use this language of fur babies, dog mom, dog dad, and all this kind of stuff. No, this is a new term that we need to neutralize right now. So she called this dog a big fluffy baby. And you got major news, or media outlets like Medical News Today writing articles like this. Man, this should be criminal. This is criminal. I don't care that the actual laws don't acknowledge it as criminal. This is criminal. Right? Right, Don? Four-legged plague. We hate dogs in the building. Good to see everybody. If you're just now joining, sorry, I was silent. I didn't even make any members only videos. I was sick as a dog. Sick as a dog, man. I overdosed on antacids. But anyway, for a media outlet like Medical News Today to write something like this, people, they should have been forced. They should have come under so much scrutiny and criticism that they erased the article like this. Dogs are similar to young kids, study shows. No, it don't. Any study can show anything. If that's what you want the study to show, you're going to tailor everything that you study. You're going to ignore certain things. You're going to pay attention to certain things so that it suits your narrative. That's how we all need to look at these studies. These stupid studies is nothing but people trying to rationalize and justify their sick, twisted lifestyle. That's all it is. Dogs are similar to young kids, study shows. Look, a tree is similar to young kids in some ways. In some ways, almost everything is similar to another. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean that it's justified or logical to bring aggressive predators into society and treat them like family members. Stop it. This is very dangerous rhetoric. The relationship between dogs and their owners is very similar to the bond between young kids and their parents, a new study revealed. the relationship between dogs and their owners, similar to the bond between young kids and their parents. Now, what they're talking about in this goofy article is how they would have a dog with its owner, and they would have the owner have the dog do something for treats, like roll over, sit down, etc. But then they would replace the owner with a stranger. And they said that the dog was not as willing to do certain things for food with a stranger. So they said that this is similar to how a human baby is more confident when they interact with the world when their parent is there. They're saying with babies, toddlers, they're more confident and more willing to interact with the world, to explore, to play when their parent is present. And when their parent is not present, that they're more shy. And they're saying that, oh, that's a similarity. Can you get any more ridiculous than that? You're going to compare a child's confidence in that scenario with a dog. Of course, the dog is going to be less likely to follow your commands and to cooperate. It don't know you. You haven't established yourself as its food dispenser. Who conducts a study like that anyway? Who does that? I bet you after 3-4 days, that stranger could get that dog to do whatever just as easily as its previous owner. All it has to do is feed it for a few days, where the dog views that person as its food dispenser. You don't suggest that deadly killers, dogs, are anything like kids, babies. Kids and babies are harmless. Harmless. They can't be deadly. They wouldn't even know how to become deadly. Dogs, it's instinct. So I'm saying this is an insulting comparison. This is really disrespectful. And they depend on the stupidity of the general public when they run articles like this. And this is a long, goofy article. It's not really that long. But that's all they're talking about. See, when the unfamiliar people were present, the dogs barely interacted with them and were not much more concerned about trying to get the food reward than when the strangers were not there. The dogs were much more motivated to get the food reward when their owner was there, making the research conclude that a caregiver's patience is critical for a dog to act in a confident manner, just like kids. I am so glad we're in an era where we're calling this type of under the radar, deceptive, dangerous information out. This is very much under the radar. And it hasn't had to face criticism until now. Each time it's always supported, projected as fact. No, it's actually insulting. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Whoever wrote this, I don't think they would debate any of us on it, on the validity of it, because they haven't had to deal with anybody even objecting to it from the get-go. Yeah, and this lady wrote this goofy article right here. What does it say? Reasons why a dog is just like newborn babies. Puppies keep you awake at night. These people have successfully brainwashed a huge segment of the population to actually view dogs as just as harmless as babies, as just like kids and babies. And they've done it using this goofy illogical rhetoric right here. Anything can keep you up at night. I just had a heartburn keeping me up at night. Man, this is disappointing. This is upsetting. I hate to see people duped. And if you're going to be brainwashed and duped, okay, at least be duped by convincing information. Something that is actually, persuasive. This convincing. This is not even convincing. They keep you up at night. And a bunch of doofus nutters read stuff like this. Oh, look at that. Dogs just like children. So what does that do? That encourages the nutter to leave. Well, first of all, bring the dogs around a newborn. And she's talking about newborns, mind you. This is sick. This is sick. I'm telling y'all, when you research those devil worshiping cults, when you research those Satan worshipers, devil worshipers, a huge part of their thing is sacrificing the young. This is nothing but devil worship, witchcraft, occult behavior that has been low-key integrated into the mainstream culture. And hey, as soon as there's a death, it's an accident. Call it an accident. And it was a rare accident. So you put the dog down, but you take attention away from dogs in general. It's just that one dog that had temporary insanity. Well, even with that narrative, you don't have humans having temporary insanity and stabbing little babies and kids to death. They're still doing something nothing else on the earth is doing. So whether you want to project it as temporary insanity among a small percentage of dogs or not, fact is, it's not comparable to anything else, so it needs to go. It presents a danger level of threat that nothing else presents, so it got to go. You can't compare this to anything natural. You sure can't compare creatures like this to babies. Man, that made me mad. If only she were not brainwashed to view a pit bull like a big fluffy baby. We overlook that rhetoric because it's so ridiculous. I'm telling you, we are lucky to see through this nonsense. We're lucky. Look at how sold into it everybody else is. These dog lovers is. This rhetoric has their mind, body, and spirit, man. But it don't touch us whatsoever. We're very lucky. And we don't buy into this rhetoric. It sounds ridiculous. They buy into it with their hearts, minds, and souls. This got to be focused on, man. We got to put this under the microscope. You got to stop using this sick language, referring to dogs as family. None of that family talk. And definitely none of that baby talk. Fur babies. Dog mom, dog dad. That's got to go. You're obsessed with all the puppy milestones. Just like a baby. Oh, look, he lost a tooth. Stop it, people. This is almost like something a meth addict would come up with and run it by the public. So it's embarrassing when a whole bunch of people, over half the population, buy into it. You can't stop buying things for puppies, just like you can't stop buying things for kids. How goofy is that? That's not even a strong argument, man. It is weak rhetoric, which tells me people are just not used to being confronted with rhetoric in general. So anything you run across them is going to work. Well, hopefully this anti-dog rhetoric works. And y'all snap out of this. This is ridiculous, man. Now, what is this? It's some other nonsense by a nutter. I got some videos here. But before I go on, let me digress. Shout out to Chef Mutt Meat just uploaded a very important video. man. I just watched it. It's just a few minutes ago before I went live. And this is breaking news. Now it's been under development this year.
Walmart.
Wait a minute, this is not it. But this is another video related to it. And this is by a nutter. Let me not call her a nutter, man. Let me try to be professional. This is by a dog lover. Okay, I take that back. You see the name of the channel, Service Dog Paws. But these dog lovers, they tell on themselves so much. Like I said, there's so many dog lovers who are bona fide dog lovers who still think pit bulls should be banned. Which is another way of saying that pit bulls should be driven into extinction. If dog lovers themselves are against pit bulls, or if they are leaving the company of pit bulls and saying those should be banned and they're dog lovers, there's something seriously wrong with those dogs. Seriously wrong with those dogs that can't be ignored. There's no way bans on these things should be being removed when you even got dog lovers who are, running away from these things, saying that they should be banned. Here's a video right here. Shout out to Walmart. Shout out to Walmart. So I looked into this. Okay. Amazing fake service dog bill proposition. Walmart removed all those fake service vests and certifications. They was even selling the cards, certification cards for these things. I don't understand how they were ever able to do that. A giant like Walmart doing something that illegal? That's flat out illegal. But they came under some heat. Let's check this out.
This article, and it was published on March 31st, 2022. And this is huge, guys. There is such a thing as the, what's it called? The fake service dog bill. And Walmart has stopped selling fake service dog vests from their store, in-store and online. And this is seriously some of the biggest news that we've had in combating fake service dogs. So let's get into it. NEADS Service Dogs applauds Walmart over decision to remove fake service dog vests from stores and online. By Anna Bottery. NEADS World Class Service Dogs is applauding Walmart over its decision to remove fake service dog vests from its stores and online. Kathy Zamadius, NEADS Director of Development, said they received a photo of the fake service dog vests on display inside a Walmart from one of their clients, and so they took immediate action. They contacted Assistance Dogs International, wrote a letter to Walmart on their behalf stating their displeasure with these items being sold. Walmart recently notified NEADS saying they will remove all service dog paraphernalia online and in stores.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. Sorry about that. I just rewinded it. But listen. Walmart jumped on this immediately. Immediately. They were forced to. They knew they didn't have no business selling stuff like this. So the thing here is, if you see any other department store, any other store online, report them too. Report them too. Report them to NEADS, World Class Service Dogs, and any other organization or authoritative figure you can find. Anybody else selling fake service vests and other paraphernalia that help people pass a dog off as a service dog, report them. I think this is going to be the first step in us making our presence known to mainstream. You had Walmart having to get their act together immediately. Man, this is beautiful stuff. Now, and again, I think this just started to Walmart, just started to come under fire just this year. I think I got the link. I'll share it.
They contacted Assistance Dogs International, wrote a letter to Walmart on their behalf stating their displeasure with these items being sold.
Okay, they contacted Assistance Dogs International. All right, write this stuff down if you have to. I'm going to share a link to this video.
Walmart recently notified NEADS saying they will remove all service dog paraphernalia online and in stores. I love it. We need to see this all over the country. We are amazingly proud of Walmart for doing this, Zemadius said. It was a big deal and it happened very quickly. All of this communication began in January and it's only March and they've already done it.
I mean, look, people, and this is like ammunition. You contact anybody you see selling this kind of stuff and you tell them, we just had Walmart remove this kind of stuff. You're next. You better remove it now. You're being reported right now. This give us a whole lot of ammunition. Okay, there's no reason to be afraid of these people. They're breaking the laws all the time. They felt too entitled for too long. They feel like they can do whatever they want.
So we are pretty pleased. Zemadius said passing your dog off as a service dog or an emotional support animal when they are not can be dangerous. Bringing untrained, unsocialized animals into public spaces, a lot of these animals become very worried, very upset. On an airplane, for example, they become very claustrophobic. I don't care. I don't care about the dog. What about the people that are going to be attacked by this untrained fake service dog?
Yes, and that's the point. You see, that was some nuttery in this article where they pointed out how the dog will be affected. Oh, the dog will get claustrophobic and its anxiety levels will increase. Well, when that happens in a dog, they say that is when dogs attack. So I don't want to hear about how unfortunate or inconvenient it is for the dog. The whole point here that needs to be pointed out is that is when dogs attack, according to the so-called experts. When they feel claustrophobic, when they feel cornered, when they feel anxiety and fear. So you bring a fake service dog into somewhere, it's not really a service dog. And really, these trained service dogs, I don't co-sign with trusting them either, because even they have attacked. I've shared the stories here online. You can look it up yourself. You get a dog in a situation, it's a fake service dog, start attacking people. You can't, as a business, sell paraphernalia that will help people, encourage people to carry out crimes like that. No, they don't have a leg to stand on.
The reaction that an animal will have when put into that kind of situation can be very dangerous. It can be dangerous for the animal, don't give a crap. It can be dangerous for the animal's handler, don't give a crap.
And how is it going to be dangerous for the animal? Or, excuse me, the dog. How's a dog being filled with anxiety and feeling claustrophobic? How is that supposed to be dangerous to the dog? Nothing's going to happen to the dog. The only thing it's going to do is start attacking people. It's dangerous for the people. They're always trying to point out concern for a mutt. When nobody, the only people who are in danger is the people, not the dogs.
And it can certainly be dangerous for the public, and it can certainly be dangerous for service dogs who are working in the area. Don't give a crap. I really like how they mentioned public safety at the very end when that should have been mentioned first.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. And they do this religiously with articles. They put the most important thing last and the least important thing, which is usually the propaganda, first.
I don't care about the dog. I don't care about their stupid owner. And I don't care about any type of dog, service or not. My number one concern is public safety. So if there was something that put other dogs at risk, I wouldn't cry a drop.
See, this is the part of the problem I've been talking about on this channel. How they put public safety on the back burner. As if it's the thing you need to worry about least. No, that's at the forefront. That's why if we followed that rule, dogs would be illegal. Because you wouldn't get around to talking about any stupid little goofy benefit they provide First thing and only thing you'd be concerned with is that they're deadly. They have bad tempers. You don't know which one of them is going to snap. So get rid of all of them.
But they're kind of using like, oh, it could hurt the animal into our favor. So it's like, if we really need to say that we're worried about the animal's welfare in order to get them out of the store, that's what we're going to do.
Y'all understand that? We can still point out that such and such is harmful to the dog. This is the game that politicians play all the time and all the way through corporations. Keep that in mind. You don't have to be a dog lover to actually say, hey, doing this could harm the dog, could harm the public, but include it can harm the dog. That gives you more leverage because you're dealing with a nutter. Okay, we have a lot of ammunition right here, man.
State Representative Kim Ferguson, our first Worcester, also helped in removing the vests. Ferguson is currently furthering this through a proposed fake service dog bill, which would make it illegal to pass your dog off as a service dog if it is not. This is excellent. This really is excellent. And I know what a lot of people are saying, like, why allow service dogs at all? And I totally agree. I don't think that service dogs are necessary anymore, just like how horse-drawn carriages are not necessary. People who use service dogs are just dog nuts with disabilities that have a lot of money. That's all. They don't need the stupid dog. And service dogs are not even... They are so expensive to train. Big waste of money. But because real service dogs are pretty unpopular, that means that we're not going to see service... We're not going to see any dogs in the stores because service dogs are extraordinarily rare.
Man, this is huge. Because as a result of outcry, people like us, it will change the visual dynamic of public businesses and institutions where you used to see dogs running around everywhere. Now you don't see them. And I can guarantee you one thing. These dogs that they're ushering into these schools all around the country, all of these are not formally trained service dogs. I don't believe that one bit. Y'all remember that one story I shared where that lady, she used her personal dog, her own personal dog that she owned as a therapy dog for the school. These people in trouble. All it takes for the right people to bring up the right laws, regulations, and we can have each and every one of these nutters, the vast majority of them, are going to have to change gears. I can guarantee you they're involved in some illegal activities, just breaking all types of rules, laws, and regulations, ushering these dogs into libraries and schools, hospitals, all across the country. I don't even for the hospitals. Y'all got to understand, a lot of these doctors, a lot of these dentists, these are still some old classless people, some of them. We like to think, oh, you're an intelligent, educated suburban, and you do everything fair and by the book. No, don't think that for 1 second.
Genuine service dogs. So, I feel like this is slowly going to make its way into just getting rid of service dogs because they cost too much money with a very low success rate.
See,
the fake
we see, the world, they can't ignore us. They can't ignore it. They're going to have to stop what they're doing and say, who are these dog scientists over here? Or self-developed dog researchers? Yes. And we're attacking this nutter culture. You nutters have gotten too far. You want to bring dogs into ice cream joints and anything, anywhere people are. You want to bring dogs in there. Airplanes. Are you out of your mind? Bringing dogs, people bringing pit bulls on an airplane. You want to fly a dog, a pit bull up in the sky, thousands of miles. And then what? A bunch of airlines had to ban bringing service dogs, pit bulls, etc. Stuff like that only happens when a bunch of false rhetoric has made its way and made its presence into your establishment. Now you at the point where you're letting dogs fly in airplanes, and there's nobody or nothing on the airplane to protect people. If the dog goes haywire, you can't have no gun up there. So everybody just get mauled. Your turn. Okay, now it's your turn. Did it get the baby? Got the kid? Okay, it's kid's turn. This is insane, man. People, we're seeing this insanity all over the world. Especially in this country right now. This sick culture of brainwashing the youth is very disturbing to me. They got kids up in strip clubs. What is these videos I'm seeing all over the place where kids are in these strip clubs? I'm talking toddlers, man. Think about that. And this stuff is being passed in the laws and all that. And I don't care what kind of strip club it is, heterosexual or trans. I believe the ones I saw were, it was like a transsexual strip club. Got kids in there. What are you bringing kids in there? It's some sick stuff going on right now, people, with kids. They are trying to absolutely destroy the minds of kids. We gotta call this out, man. This nutter culture is related to it. It's related to it. It's another part of it, turning kids into nutters at very young ages. Now, I showed a video earlier. I want to go back to it. It wasn't this. This is when that dog got shot. I think we all seen that.
Walmart, what are you doing? Why is this okay? ADA federal law clearly states that certain individuals sell fake IDs and registration kits.
Look at this. This was being sold by Walmart. It wasn't just a vest. They're selling this too. And this is a dog nutter calling this out. Even dog nutters are like, what in the world is going on with this dog culture? This lets you know the dog culture is out of hand when you even got some dog nutters calling it out.
That certain individuals sell fake IDs and registration kits, but that these do not hold any legal authority, that these are specifically fakes and scams. This is from ADA.gov. Certification and registration. Does the ADA require service animals to be certified as service animals? No. It's the training, the extensive amount of training they go through. And here, there are individuals and organizations that sell service animal certification or registration documents online. These documents do not convey any rights under the ADA, and the Department of Justice does not recognize them as proof that the dog is a service animal. Doug McMillon, the CEO of Walmart, all he wants is money. He does not care if he is putting the lives of his disabled customers at risk. The money's worth it to him. You are literally a part of the problem. Now,
No, not just disabled customers. You bring a fake service, a pit bull into Walmart, and it's a fake service mutt. Everybody in danger. Everybody in trouble. It's not just the disabled person bringing it in.
you are 100% promoting fake service animals. You're already selling the service vest jackets in your store. Now you're doing this?
Wow, the arrogance. Walmart sold the vest in store. Wow.
The fake IDs? Just wow. What?
And they telling you it's fake.
What a disappointment. This is Doug McMillon, President and CEO of Walmart. We have to do something. And this is all I know to do right now. Email corporate, and I think this might be also our easiest way. Go to his Facebook. This is his most recent post from 4 days ago. And comment like I did. Leave educational comments. Create bad media.
Create bad media. That's what I'm doing here. But it's not bad. It's bad for them. It's bad for the nutter industry.
Because let's be honest, bad media is going to get it taken down a lot quicker than any of us will. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about the safety of our service animals.
Now, this is coming from a dog owner, a dog lover, pointing out how out of hand and criminal even Walmart has been. But see, if other companies sell stuff like this, then people can just get this stuff from other companies. This is why I say, anywhere you find service vests being sold, that's not something that should be sold. It's supposed to be something that's administered by an organization responsible for training the mutt. They should be the only ones qualified to administer a vest. Only ones in possession of a vest. What is this? Boy, this nutter culture is out of hand. This don't even make no sense, man.
Thank you.
Now, y'all remember this. I don't know why I saved this. I shared this a while ago. I shared this. Whoa, what's going on? I thought I was subscribed. Y'all subscribe to John Daniels. This dude is a longtime warrior. He's been putting in work for I believe longer than me. Y'all remember this? He just, that cop just maced that dog. Now, y'all remember this? How nutty these dog lovers are. And I will never forget this. And it don't seem like many people point this out. See how that dog rushed him? Now look at her. It looked like she sicked that dog on that cop. Look at her body language. Y'all see that? Now I'm going to try to stop it before the dog gets shot. I want to violate YouTube policies. But look at her body language. It was like she was trying to sick the dog on him. See how she just turned to the side? She sort of motioned at the cop first, and then she did it again. Once right there. Like, what was that all about? And when she did that, that's when the dog decided to attack, and she moved out the way again. What was that about, man? Verbally, she was saying, get in the house. But as she said that, she was motioning as if she wanted the dog to attack the cop. This is one of the craziest videos I ever seen. And it might be one of the most revealing. They reveal how nutty these people can be. Okay, she's telling it to get in the house. But then she turned toward the cop. Y'all see that? As if the motion to the dog to, hey, get him. She turned toward the cop, and then she did it again and got out the way. As soon as she saw that dog charge that cop, she did not reach. She didn't try to stand in front of it, didn't try to block it. You know how if you didn't want the dog to attack the cop, you would get between the dog and the cop. She got out the way. Here, get him. Oh yeah, there you go. Good boy. All while verbally saying, get in the house. Man, you cannot trust people like this. And yeah, I'm saying that yes, that was a possibility because she's already proven herself to be crazy. She lets that dog just wander off leash outside. That's why the cop is there. Dog ran out in the street and attacked somebody who was just jogging. She's letting the dog roam around off leash. This is what happens when you keep calling dogs babies, miscategorizing them, embracing this dangerous dog language. That's got to go, man. This is coming from the mind of people, putting us in dangerous situations. If you notice, people who do crazy stuff, they usually talk crazy. Oh, wait a minute. Now, I saved a bunch of stuff. I don't know why, but I'm about to find out now.
One of the victims, a 1-year-old in Rockland County. The dog...
Oh, this is from Pitbull Victim Awareness channel. They've been uploading content every day, I think.
In a lockjaw grip on that child. It was saved only by a fast-thinking witness. It happened in Spring Valley. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Johnson with the latest. He's live at the scene for us. AJ.
And Bill, there's still blood and bandages on the sidewalk where...
Okay, attacked a 1-year-old. You don't call creatures like this babies. I don't ever call no creature like this babies. Something that attacked 1-year-olds. This is a 1-year-old.
This vicious attack took place yesterday afternoon. We have some video of the attack, and we want to warn you, it is very disturbing.
Okay. I'm going to stop it there. I have to be real careful not to show actual attacks of any kind on children. That can get you a strike. Even though this video is on YouTube, I think you can only upload content like this as a news report. This sort of spreads awareness. I really don't understand why I can't show this and comment on it, to be honest with you. But I think that was the most recent video that they've uploaded. Yeah, it's the most recent one. They've been putting in a lot of good work. This is real crazy right here. I think I covered this actually when it happened. Yeah, I did. I remember this. I remember this lady.
Robin Conway loved animals and was committed to the cause of rescuing them when the unthinkable happened.
My wife's attacked by a dog. Your wife was attacked by a dog?
Robin's husband would tell authorities he found the dog standing on his wife's body in their backyard, and an autopsy concluded she died due to multiple injuries from the dog. A death so tragic, it touched those who didn't even know Robin and were not involved in the rescue of the dog who killed her, including dog trainer Joy Friedman.
I think it's just a terrible situation all the way around.
Pitbull advocate and owner Paul DeSantis.
It's always sort of a heart-sinking kind of news.
Heart-sinking. It's terrible all the way around. Oh, that's so terrible. That's too bad. That's too bad. Oh, she had her throat torn out by a pit bull. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Come here, Rover. Good boy. So how was your weekend? These people, man, talk about these attacks as if they themselves didn't orchestrate it.
The dog Robin fostered for just 2 weeks was a 3-year-old pit bull.
They said good boy. They congratulate dogs just for not attacking each other. Like I said, they tell on themselves all the time with all of their behavior. A dog walk in somewhere, it doesn't attack somebody, they turn to the dog and say, oh, good boy. You didn't kill anybody? Good boy. It's pathetic, man. Something this dangerous, you have to treat it like it's very dangerous. And that is enough to get these things banned. You got to reward this thing for not attacking somebody? Stop.
Terrier named Snowball, who came from Logan County, West Virginia. The I-Team requested all public documents related to him, but few seem to exist.
Oh, look at that demonic beast from hell. This is ridiculous. Y'all get a chance, check out this story. If you don't already remember it, I did cover it before. That was another crazy story that they uploaded. Man, this channel, This channel is growing fast. They're at over 3,500 already. Wow. Just a couple months ago, they were at like 1,700. This channel is going to blow up, man. And it just gets straight to the point. Okay, what was this? See, I'm nervous about showing some of these. Got these YouTube police officers.
Breaking story out of the southwest suburbs. A toddler dies after a pit bull attack during a 4th of July party.
WGN's Dana Rubik is live at the Joliet Police Department with details on this. Dana.
And we just learned from the Will County Coroner's Office that this little girl has been identified as Marley Weilander of
Killed in the middle of the night.
Aurora. She was at...
So, the dog was not provoked. That's to all you behaviorists, veterinarians. Couldn't have been provoked. The toddler, was asleep.
This 4th of July party with her parents. They were at a friend's home and the parents put their little girl down to sleep in an upstairs bedroom when this attack happened.
So the dog was locked up in the basement. The toddler was upstairs.
Oh, it was like going on for 3 or 4 hours, like nonstop, from like dark till like almost midnight.
Carl Bell was enjoying fireworks in his neighborhood on the 4th of July. Just today, he learned that night a baby girl was killed by a pit bull at a neighbor's party just behind his house.
It's just terrible, a baby getting mauled like that.
Terrible? No, that's an understatement. That's an understatement. You don't bring these things into the home, the community, and then say, oh, that's terrible. When they maul a toddler, somebody need to go to jail. I mean, you should go to jail just for bringing it. And that's the world we're going to have very soon. Nutters. Can't believe we sat around and allowed y'all to create such a disgusting, savage, primitive community for the rest of us. Allowed you to live like nasty little animals. Or you're getting called out now. I don't care who you are, where you come from, what your background is. You need to break away from this culture. How many of y'all saw this story about this Jewish community where there was a dog? Let me find that. Let me find that. How many of y'all seen? I believe it was uploaded on this channel. I know I saved it. People, give me a second. I got to find it. This was a pit bull in an all Jewish community. Where was this? Oh, it's right here. It was the first one that I showed. Okay, let's go back.
The 1-year-old from getting badly bitten. The attack has folks living in this mostly Hasidic community feeling uncomfortable.
It's a Jewish community.
People have to know that a pit bull is a dangerous type of dog.
No. Why is a dog in a Jewish community? Y'all know the Jews, they view dogs as the same way Muslims do. That they're unclean. You need to stay away from them. You touch anything they touch, you need to wash yourself a whole bunch of times. Why are dogs even in there? You see how the whole world, no matter how anti-dog they used to be, now everybody is becoming more pro-dog, even if it go against their religion, their culture. This nuttery is getting out of hand. Of all dogs, why pit bulls in a Jewish community?
That you have to connect to a gate and you can't just let it around.
Someone separated the 1-year-old.
I mean, these are Jews with accents. They got their cultural hairstyle and all that. You got that pit bulls in the neighborhood?
And the dog.
Treating them like family? Wow. It's just as crazy. And I made a video about that, Muslim dog nutters. Just as crazy as Muslims treating dogs like family members. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. I mean, at least and the Bible speak against dogs as well. Man, if you want to recruit people into these religions, you should abide by the rules. You don't look like a people of integrity or admirable in any way when you contradict your own teachings.
By cutting the winter jacket worn by the child. A few people surrounded the dog and tried to corral it, but that's when the pit bull turned its powerful jaws and clamped down on a 29-year-old, taking a substantial bite out of the man's arm. That victim was hospitalized, suffering a bloody gash.
The dog certainly did get a good bite out of him.
Look at this, man. This is a real Jewish community. And they up in here treating dogs like family. Pit bulls of all dogs. How crazy is that? Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. Where's that video? Let me go back to this video that I was just playing here. Because this girl said something I want to reflect on again. Where is this? Right here.
Shelter where they can be humanely euthanized.
Wait a minute.
Their family members.
Today, Treylon sees for the first time what the dog left him looking like. With 50 lacerations to his face, his scalp ripped from his head.
I want to mention that this documentary is amazing. There's many other pieces of research and documentaries out there. This is the thing that I started struggling with a few years ago as an animal activist. I once upon a time advocated for pit bulls.
Okay, y'all remember this. Now she said something here. Wait a minute.
40% of the nice dog breeds, and that one dog breed is responsible for the overwhelming majority of dog attacks to humans and other animals.
Yes. Wait a minute.
To pit bulls themselves, because 99% of these dogs are bred irresponsibly. Almost all of them will end up in shelters throughout their life. And if they don't go to a kill shelter where they can be humanely euthanized, they will go to a no-kill shelter where they will end up being fluctuated all over the place.
Yeah, wait a minute.
As safe dogs, and then they end up attacking the new owners and then end up being killed or euthanized at some other point in their life. Are all pit bulls bad? No. But the overwhelming majority should not be around people in domesticated settings. Do I think it is the responsible thing for shelters to euthanize animals that they deem too aggressive to be with other people? Yes, absolutely. I think that is the public safety and responsible thing to do. I used to think that all of the pit bull bans were just bullshit, but if you really look into the statistics and you really talk to the doctors who experience stuff like this firsthand, and then you yourself have your own personal encounter with an animal like that, you start to understand and put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Man, there's no pieces of the puzzle. It's not some deep mystery that you gotta solve. It's very simple statistics. Very simple information. Lord, why does everything have to be complicated these days? Nobody should be a pit bull advocate. The information is everywhere. Unbelievable, man. They should teach people in school why dogs are banned. Well, yeah, pit bulls at the very least. I said dogs. They should teach that too. But definitely pit bulls. We got too much information.
Of a pit bull attacking a horse. And not only that, but I have two other friends of mine.
Okay, I cannot find where she said this. But somewhere on here, she said that pit bulls are just like wild animals. She said that we should view pit bulls the same way we view wild animals. Because they are. That they're just as unpredictable as wild. No, they're not. No, that it's not even close. Not even wild animals are as aggressive as dogs. That's just the fact. There's nothing similar between a wild predator and a dog. Let me show y'all something else. No, I don't think I can show it. Because anything I do, they give me a strike. They tell me I need to remove something out of my video. It's this video right here. Wait a minute. Can I pause this? Now, again, I'm not going to show that. I know it seemed lame, but YouTube, they do that to me all the time. They'll say, oh, this violated our policy. You can either remove it, and they'll make me cut it out of the live stream. But listen, I'll share a link to this. That tiger killed that dog instantly. And if you watch the video, you'll see that the tiger swiped the dog with its claw. And see, you know how cats, they'll do that, and they'll sort of yank their prey around just with their claws alone. And it's so fast. You clearly understand this is a true predator. This is a true predator. Dogs don't kill like that. They don't kill like that. They're nowhere near as efficient killers as the natural predators of the world. But these natural predators that are far more efficient killers are nowhere near as aggressive as dogs. There's nothing normal about pit bulls. And we're talking about pit bulls. This lady was talking about pit bulls. There is nothing similar as far as the temperament between natural predators and pit bulls. It's like night and day. Right? I still have not found that video where that lady was attacked by these dogs. Wait a minute. This dog attack. Where is it? Okay. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Yeah, I cannot find it, but it's too bad. That is one of the best videos ever. Y'all remember I shared that video. It's somewhere around here. Well, that woman was walking across the street. Wasn't even on the dog's territory. It wasn't even territorial aggression. And the dogs were trapped inside of a home. And as soon as the dogs escaped, they ran. I mean, it was a long distance, far across the street, and attacked that woman. That is not normal wild animal behavior. That's not wild animal behavior. Wild animals don't do that. They kill for a purpose. They display true territorial aggression. You see how dogs will leave their territory to attack, and they will refuse to attack something on their territory as long as it gives them food. You can even feed the dog broken glass, and it will serve as food to distract the mutt. Like this video, these dogs run around the whole neighborhood. Run around the whole neighborhood just attacking any and everybody. Animals, natural wild animals don't act like that. Let's get that straight, man. I've had a whole bunch of videos here. I can't find them. I need to keep better track of these videos. I think I may have shared it where that guy said that wolves or coyotes, he said coyotes, when they see you, they run away from you. Y'all remember I played that. Some kind of dog expert nutter. He said it's rare because when a coyote sees you, it runs away. Just like those videos of mountain lions. When they saw people, they ran away. They would turn around, walk away. They might stand there and look for a second. No threatening, no barking, no hissing, none of that. They just try to get away. That is animal behavior. That's not pit bull behavior. No, y'all got to cut that out. That's dangerous dog lover language. Right? If we're going to do this, we got to do it right.
Park has a family begging for the dog's owner to come forward. The family's father suffered extensive injuries, and now they want
What is this? I don't even know what this is. I had a video that I wanted to share, and I don't know what I did with it. This language, and be honest, I could talk about dog lover language and how dangerous it is all day, because there's so much going through their little cult, man.
Officer bit in the head by a pit bull. Well, this after he responded to a 911 call, according to officers. Well, News 12's Cecilia Hua is on the scene.
Okay, I can't find it. I don't need it. People, we have to check these dog lovers wherever we find them. I will say even articles, media outlets like this, they write stupid stuff. I know it's very time consuming. Give them backlash. This very dangerous propaganda right here, all this type of rhetoric that they're putting out here is very dangerous. And look at how long these articles are, how much time and energy and thought they're putting in to this toxic, dangerous rhetoric. She spends this whole article just trying to project dogs as no different from a newborn. No different from a child. All of their arguments. This is all dog lover language. Just the arguments that they put forth is an entire language, because it's full of nothing but lies and deception. It's all a bunch of hogwash. It does not make any logical sense whatsoever. So that's just like you speak in a whole different language. The things that these people say has to be put in check, because quite often what we say will materialize. It's going to influence our behavior in some way, right? Even if you're being a dog sitter, and the thing that's stopping you from getting rid of these dogs is because you see it as a baby, a big fluffy baby. No, we can't play with language like that. Language is powerful, very powerful. And we need to describe things on this earth exactly how they are. So I just wanted to hop on here and vent about that, babble a little bit about that. Big shout out to everybody who's able to join me. I feel so bad I wasn't able to go live yesterday. So I still got a few more things that I need to talk about here. And that's all good. Big shout out to all the moderators. A lot of dog lovers have found my channel. Right? Thank you very much for your hard work. And shout out. Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Sierra said, advice for parents. Get a doctor to write a note that your kids are allergic to dogs, so that your wishes are honored while they're in others' care. Okay? If a certain amount, even if it's just one child with a doctor's note say they're allergic to dog dander, well, that will make it difficult for them to bring therapy dogs into these schools. So it doesn't require that we're the majority of the population. Even if it's just one of us in a classroom, that'll make a huge difference. We have to start doing stuff like this. Most people are allergic to dog dander in some way, especially if you haven't grown up around dogs. Do that. That's the least we can do. Let them know, don't ever bring no therapy mutts around my child. All right, shout out to everybody who's able to join me. And I hope that you will join me on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.